times where I 1'd up on my senseis. Biggest problem back when I was in junior high, in high school, but it's because I grew up in a single mother household. A very, very generic story, but what makes this video so unique is this is telling everyone how I called my senseis out on their teachings that wasn't working. My mom tried to tell me that because I'm black, I have a disadvantage in society. And that's why I can't get girls. It's because I'm black and I go to a multicultural school. When in reality, I have the advantage, but she didn't want to tell me. And I told her straight up, I'm like, Mom, girls in my school love black cock. And you may think that's funny, but that's not funny at all. It's a stereotype that black men who don't have swag can't pull a woman because it's off-putting and it feels unnatural to them. Like, you're black, why aren't you a nerd? Because we're not supposed to be nerds. We're supposed to be intelligent, but we're not supposed to be nerds, okay? And what I mean by nerd is we're supposed to be aware of our surroundings, but we're also supposed to be super intelligent. Being a jack of all trades is literally what being black is, okay? Now, the second time I ran up on my sensei was with my own father. I was going through my days where I was just really, really suicidal, really, really stupid, really, really like girl crazy for no reason, you know. And I told my dad before I had a mental breakdown that I was going through a whole bunch of stuff, that this girl blocked me, who I put a lot of time into. And so my dad finally came at me like we were equals, like we were two normal people. He's like, it's just one bitch. My own dad is trying to stop me from literally destroying my life by getting too angry to the point where I do something wrong to where I can't redeem myself from it. And he waited too late to tell me when I was already a grown adult what the game was. He told me straight up, now, you dress like shit. You do everything now. It's like, I'm going to be straight up with you, son. My mom tried to sugarcoat everything, saying that, oh, it'll come to you. Oh, it's all good. You're trying too hard. And my dad straight up told me, you're not trying hard enough. He straight up told me that you got to change your wardrobe because the way you dress is like shit. Now, this is when I finally get $60 jackets and shit. And he's still telling me I dress like shit. You have to understand reasons why this was all leading up. I took all that constructive criticism in, but at the end, this is how I came up. I'm like, Dad, I was crying at the time. I'm like, yes, I never had these opportunities. I've never had, because my dad was the most popular guy in high school. He literally was captain of the basketball team. He had everything going for him. And I straight up tell them, how do you know how I feel when you had Ken in high school? And my dad stood back for a second. He's like, you know what? I never said I knew how you feel. And it must be truly, truly hard to go through what you're going through right now. And that's when my dad straight up told me that you caught me off guard by default. You called me out. Even though everything I said was real, you said straight up now, it's too fucking late. And the reason why it's too late is because you waited till when I was out of high school to say that. Alright? The third time I ran up on my sensei was when I was getting in a heated debate of how come I keep on trying to improve myself, but I can't get no woman at school and they're falling for people who are full of shit. My sensei tried to tell me that, oh, you're trying too hard to fit in, oh, this and that. Well, if I don't try at all, I'll never make it. But, oh, you're trying too hard, but that's when my dad comes into play. My dad's saying comes into play. When they say you try too hard, that means you're not trying hard enough. Alright? So, literally, my sensei was trying to tell me, because this is back in the day where I couldn't roast, where I was considered autistic, and if you're a man and you get roasted by a girl, your pride is pretty much finished. And I was in high school when I got roasted by a girl. And I had to go to school the next day knowing that a girl had roasted someone who's damn near a man. I was a senior and I got roasted. And I had reasons to have low self-esteem. And literally, so I talked to my teacher about this, and he's all like, oh, don't feel bad about how she made you look. He's like, I'm all like, fuck you. I didn't say fuck you. I straight up said, yo, I have a reason. Because he told me, I told him, I'm like, you know why? Because he literally had the audacity to ask me, do you really care about what that girl thinks about you? I'm like, yes. Because I don't love myself. I straight up was aware of the fact that, yo, I shouldn't be able to get roasted by a girl, period. Period. Okay? So I told him that, and I was all like, because I don't love myself. And this is when I was going suicidal because I couldn't get pussy in high school and this and that. And so I straight up tell him, I'm like, don't you fucking get it? I have low self-esteem, so I'm looking for sex for the next best thing. And if you go back to a couple videos, you realize that's all I fucking needed. And I straight up told him why I was aware. I said, I'm too eager to let it come to me, and I don't have enough patience to take it slow. And so he straight up said, I have no answers for you. But really, in reality, that means I finally called you out all your bullshit when it said let it come to me, because that doesn't work, and the other shit doesn't work either. I had to keep trying until I made a medium, and that is when I ran up on my sensei. I had reasons to make myself uncomfortable. Do not bullshit your self-happiness. That's why my dad said, you dress like shit. One of the final times when I ran up on my sensei was when my uncle tried to punk me when I was a little kid. You know that classic strategy when they try to say you're a retard when you try to kick in a fight and they grab your leg? Imagine being literally like 3 feet tall when a guy who's over 6'1" tries to punk you, and since you're agile, you kick him. I literally jump in the air and he caught my foot. And you know how they warn you? Like, oh, I'm going to flip you on your head. What I did was this. When one foot was in his hand, I smacked him with the other foot. I'm like, don't fuck with me. And this was someone who literally thought, because I was diagnosed with autism, that I couldn't have outsmarted him in that way, shape, or form. I'm like, I'm liar, aren't I? And that's when he realized that, yo, do not judge a book by its cover. Do not fuck with me. And that is when you know someone has had enough. When someone is a teacher for so long and they get really cocky because they have their badge, when you school them in their own game, that wrecks them. That haymakers them. They may have some consistency to fall back on, but you definitely left a crayon in their brain. They're going to be thinking about that for a couple of days. Just keep that in mind. This is Mootrix, and these are the times I ran up on my sensei.